Hey guys, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amir. How you doing today? I hope you're doing good, and I hope you press that subscribe button down below. It's free. It don't cost you nothing but your time, so make sure that you click that button so you can be a part of the family. And don't forget to hit that post notification button as well so you don't miss out on an upload. But this is what I have for you guys. This nice smoky sultry brown fall look for you with, you know, another hair switch up. Okay, 10 out of 10 with what? Recommend. So if you like to see how I achieve today's look, then keep on watching. This is the Cloud Complexion Primer from Revolution. For foundation, I'm taking my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Chai. Before I put on my foundation, I'm just taking an orange color corrector. So to cover that up, I'm taking my Conceal and Define from Revolution in the shade C13. Taking that same brush and blending that out. Then I'm going to take my Born This Way foundation to foundate my face. To highlight the center of my face, I am using the Conceal and Perfect Concealer from Milani in the shade Warm Tan. And while that's sitting on my face, I am going to do my eyebrows. So I went and did my brows off camera because it was a little struggle. I was on a struggle bus today. But that's okay, they are twinning so far. So I'm going to blend out this portion of my face. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put on some contour to snatch in these cheeks. So I'm using the Conceal and Define from Revolution once again, but this is in the shade C15. I just love a good snatched jawline, cheekbone. Like, it really does wonders to the girl's face. Naturally, my cheekbones are already defined, but when I put that added darkness in the hollows, it's just like sharp, snatch. You see it? I love it. I love it. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my grandmother for the cheekbones. And now I'm going to blend out the highlighted areas. To snatch in my nose a little bit, I'm taking my Fit Me concealer in Cocoa. To set my contour, I am taking my Black Radiance True Complexion palette, and I'm going into the contour shade first. And with that same brush that I used for my cream contour for my nose, I'm going to dip into the Sculpt shade and then set the cream contour. To set my highlighted areas, I'm taking my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter in Honey. What I like to do with this powder, since it is very mattifying, I just like to take a little bit on my brush and then just pat it in. So that's why I like patting it on with a brush. The one that I'm using now, this one is from Real Techniques, and this is the setting brush. This came in a set, and I haven't been able to put it down. Like, I don't use a sponge anymore to set my face with powder, because I find that it's kind of hard to dust away the powder that I set with the sponge. And I'm going to go back into that powder and I'm going to cut my cheek. And once I have my base down, I like to take some setting spray. This one is the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray, and this lasts up to 16 hours. I haven't tried it that long because that's too long to be wearing makeup. Press it in with my foundation brush again. I'm going to use my Milani concealer once again to prime my eyelids, and taking whatever that's left on my Real Technique brush that I use to set my face, I'm going to use the rest of it to set that concealer. I'm loving my base. I love it. The palette that I'm going to be using today is an oldie of mine. I used to dig inside this palette all the time, especially if I'm doing like a basic look, like an everyday look. This is the 25D palette from Morphe, and it looks like this. Just a whole bunch of warm browns. Like, I love this palette. This one right here is looking more pink on camera than what it does in the palette, but that's okay. We're not using that one anyways. So I'm going to do a smoky brown eye for you guys, because you know it's the fall time and fall means smokiness. So we're gonna hit you with the brown smoky eye for this, you know, for this season. I'm going to take this E7 brush from Colourpop. So I'm going to go into this shade right here as the base color. I'm just going to pack that on the lid. And then I'm going to blend it upwards, but not too far. I still wanted to keep it on the lid. Now I am going to stack this color up more, because looking at it now, it's not giving me what I am seeing in my head. So I'm gonna still use that same palette. I'm going to tap into this brown right here. This is actually the darkest brown in this palette. We're gonna place that right on top of that brown, packing that on the lid. And you know what, these I picked up the wrong color, y'all. That's not the darkest color in the palette, is this one. I think I did point at this one. I pointed at this one, but I picked up this one. Silly me. And I might just end up using another palette, because even this brown isn't doing it for me. So yeah, so this isn't really doing what I really wanted to do. So I'm going to switch this palette. I'll switch that palette out for my color book. And this is the O2 book, which is full of browns. So I'm going to go into this brown, where was it? This brown right here. And I'm gonna put that on the lid. So packing that on top. And I'm keeping that as close to the bottom as possible. I should have used a different brush, but that's okay. and I'm going to blend that. What I should have did, I should have used that brush that I used for that first brown and then packed it on top. That would have made more sense, but hey, that's okay. We're already here. And then I'm gonna take a clean blending brush and just blend those colors in. And then I'm gonna still build up the color because I want it to be smoky, because this is a brown smoky eye, you guys. So just packing that on and then blending it. I'm actually going to use that packing brush again, and I'm going to use that same brown that I just used to get closer to my eyelash. 9 times out of 10, I think I'm going to put a liner. A liner on, just so it can, you know, look better almost. And I'm going to take a lighter brown. This one has a orange tint to it, just a tad, and I'm just going to gently, ever so lightly, just use that as a transition color, just to lighten that up a little bit around the edge. And with that packing brush that I used for that real dark brown, I'm actually going to take another brown in the palette, and this one is slightly darker, just a tad. And I'm going to place that closer to the lash line. Just so I can fill in that gap, because I didn't like how that was looking. Because that brown did not want to stick right there. And then blending that. And then using that same clean blending brush to go over to make sure that they are together. That they are like peanut butter and jelly. And when you're blending out your eyeshadows, you don't have to rush, okay? Take your time when blending out your colors, especially if you're using dark colors. And if you want them to stay in one place, then make sure that, you know, you take your time, you place the colors where you want them to go. And then you just rock out that way. And that's how I'm gonna leave the top portion of the eye. I am going to add a inner corner, but not yet. So for the lower eye, I am taking the Infallible Never Fail eyeliner from L'Oreal Paris, and this is in black brown. Taking the M408 brush from Morphe, I am going to smoke out this eye. So I'm not going to use the darkest brown that I used. I'm gonna take the second darkest brown that I used, and I'm going to pack that on the bottom. Y'all heard that? I don't like that. I don't like that. Take a small fluffy brush, and I'm gonna use that lighter brown that has a bit of a reddish orange undertone and blend that out. I'm liking how this is looking, so I'm gonna leave it like this. For blush, I'm taking the excessive blush, or excess blush, or excessive. I can't really remember the name, but I'll leave it in the description box below. But it's this orange shade right here from XX Revolution, and this is in the shade Cliche. For highlight, I'm taking my Master Chrome from Maybelline, and this is in the shade Molten Golden. And I'm going to use this again and go into my tear duct. So since I have this palette in front of me, the Tasty Peach palette from I Heart Revolution, I'm going to take this shade Persipan and place that in the inner corner on top. Oh yeah, that does more for me. And drag it into the bottom. Taking that same small blending brush, and I'm gonna blend out the front portion just a little bit, like so. To coat my lashes, I'm taking the Get Baked Lash from Essence. And if you aren't hip to Essence by now, then sis, you're missing out. You're really missing out, because this brand is bomb, and their mascara is less than like $10, and it performs like a $15 mascara, a $30 mascara. For lips, I'm taking this brown lip liner from NYX in the shade Cocoa. And then I'm taking the Juvia's Place lipstick in Lady. This is from their nude collection. Love this lipstick, so buttery. Feels great on the lips. Okay, so here we have our finished look. I did have some pin curls in because your girl had to switch it up. It's a nice week for my hair to be blown out and whatnot, so this is what I have for you guys. What do you think? It's giving daytime, that mid daytime where it's like going into like the evening wear. This is what this look is giving. So let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section down below. I said that twice, but you get what I'm trying to say. Make sure that you like this video. If you want to see some more fall inspired looks, then give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that you are a part of the family so you won't miss out, and that post notification bell is hit too so you won't miss out on an upload. But if you want to see more of this look, then head on over to my Instagram. I'll have that link down below as well. So if you are new, welcome. My name is Amir. I post every Tuesday and Thursday, and I'm all things beauty and fashion related here on YouTube with a little bit of life content. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one. Bye.